Hi, everyone. Let's have a great week. Thank you, AJ. I'm better. You can see I'm still alive here, buddy. Appreciate you checking it out. And how are you, Sinatra? Okay, so it's going to be a big week, mainly because of the CPI, right? We have that big number that the market is going to, it's going to be a mover. So I wanted to start with VIX. Okay, got an alert on MEX. Okay, enough of me. So here's the VIX. So last week I was talking about, I'm not going to say we, even though I'm a Gemini, that there was going, a third drive to a bottom was setting up. We hadn't made new lows, taken out these lows yet, but we did on Friday. And even though the S&Ps are up, there's a little gap to the upside. It could do some work, but I'd be very careful about being complacent now. There's all kinds of divergences setting up in the S&Ps, even though we're about to make new highs. I think 4,200 is max, and maybe that happens on a less than hot inflation number on Wednesday. Metals are acting great. See no reason to, short it, right? And as far as the dollar is concerned, we were on early Friday, but look at what the Aussie did again. It tagged this wedge line breakout. Very nice reaction off of it. That may have been it in the Aussie. Also, I was talking about 120 as being cable support. Pretty close. We got to what? 120.02. I'll try and clean it up a little bit. And, that's it. I think that there still is a shot for the dollar to make one more run with euro, if the euro can weaken. But, the dollar really is every chance it has, every time they've tried to sell the euro off. I mean, I keep looking for, one more shot under these lows and, something in the, 61.8% range. That would probably take a real hot number on Wednesday. So I know it's a boring looking sideways formation, but it's not breaking yet. Yen got to where it, that could have been enough up there. Maybe, another push in the 36 range. So a lot of different things happening here today, but the metals are definitely stars. It does remind me a lot of pre-Ukraine. The metals were doing the same thing prior, rallying into the invasion. I guess there's going to be more. There is quite a lot of friction right now with military exercises going on. Friday, I talked about USD CAD at 130 would be a good short, maybe makes another move up there again, but that may have been enough. Pretty negative day that we have working here. So the dollar doesn't look that strong to me anymore. It's been a process, but we'll see. Everything could flip for maybe one more shot up in the dollar. The one thing that makes me think it could do it is short-term stuff. Maybe it was this. Yeah, you had this kind of move up here, this spike. So maybe we're just correcting and we get one more push up into the 107 handle or so. So let's see who's around with me today.
Good morning.
Yeah, hi, Stel.
Hey,
and
Coach.
How are you, birthday boy?
I'm 51, man.
Oh, man, I'll trade with you.
But I feel like a 13-year-old, so I'm good.
Well, I act like one. All right, so you feel like one, and I. So nice follow through in silver. Still, are you going to make any adjustments on the reentry?
No, I still have it there. My base. Thank you for your wishes, everybody. By the way, my base scenario, especially after last week's payrolls, is still that we will get one more push in the dollar higher, one more push in yields higher, which inevitably is going to bring metals lower. Now, if silver, rallies up to whatever, it starts doing really well, I'm not going to be unhappy because I still have 3/4 of my position left, and profit's a profit, but I'm still keeping my re-entry level where it is. Maybe I'll push it higher a smidge, like from 1940 to 950 something, like Blake said,
Yeah.
but I'm still down there. But yeah, as I said before, it kind of baffles me, this market reaction, because if you had told me that we would have had 500,000 odd jobs in NFPs, I would have said, yeah, equities lower, yields higher, dollar higher, and we're not getting any of that. Is it because this is August and it's quiet markets and that's the reason, or is it because the market is saying, nah, we don't believe you, Fed? You're going to do another 50, maybe a 75, but then really the poof's going to hit the fan, and you're going to have to, as you go meeting by meeting, you're going to probably have to stop at some point. Fed fund futures are still pricing, let me count, 66 into 68, 69 basis points. So we're getting closer and closer to
neutral.
66. Yeah, we're getting closer to pricing 75 for the next meeting. And then, hold on, let's check. So the next meeting is September, mid-September. Then the other one is November. And so we're pricing after September. Let me just check, 98.5. Let's go there. So another 50 by March. So we're pricing at almost 75 and then another 50. And then that's it. And then we're pricing cuts in 2023. I think cuts is a little bit ahead of getting ahead of itself, but it's quite probable that they will have to stop once they get close to 4% or so. And think about it, we're 250, 225, 250, 75 takes us 325, another 50 takes us 375. So we're getting close to where a few of the Fed members have told us that they think neutral rate is. And even though the payrolls number was good, we have to remember a lot of it was generated from second and third jobs that people are getting.
I read that.
And exactly, yeah.
Low-end service sector jobs.
Yes, so it's not the highest quality number that you want to see. Yes, the headline number is good, but if you look at details, it's not as good as people think. So maybe that's what the market's thinking. I don't know. I am a little bit baffled by this move because I really thought we would get a little bit risk off. But
okay. So as far as yields, are you looking for over 3.5 or some type of rally and then roll over again?
Well, I think we'll get one more spike in yields. I used to think that we would get a new high above 350, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I have to change my mind as things progress, and I'm close to changing my mind now. I still think there will be one more final push higher in yields, but how deep will this be? I don't know. So
how deep is your love?
How deep is your love? I think that's going to be the trigger for another nice entry point in metals. But we have to be patient.
Yeah.
Yet again,
it's always.
Yeah.
So I know, long term. I know you like the euro. What do you think of the action here? It's mainly sideways, but they sure keep buying it every time they push the beach ball underwater. I keep waiting for, a little deeper to buy it, but, cable came off that 120 level pretty good. And Aussie, look how many touches we've had. And that's a nice rally off the number.
You're right. The dollar is trading a lot worse than I thought it would today. But again, we go back to the question, these are quiet markets now. Maybe it's just the path of least resistance for now. I don't know. I really thought the dollar would swing. We have another swing higher, but it's not happening yet. As for my medium-term view, even though there's huge problems in the Eurozone, I was reading that Moody's downgraded Italy on the back of the failing government and everything that's happening in Europe with energy, and the energy crisis is coming. September, October are very close now, but I still think in the medium term, I still think this pair is going higher. one more leg higher before the euro disintegrates. Now, when will that be? I don't know, but I think we have a leg higher coming eventually.
Okay.
The other thing, we do have CPI. You mentioned it. Very,
Yeah.
very important this year, this week for
What's
for the US.
what's the street looking for?
Oh, I don't remember. Hold on. Let's see. Tuesday,
Because
Wednesday.
I have a vibe it's going to be a bullish surprise.
Could be. CPI year on year is expected to drop from 9.1 to 8.7. Core CPI is expected to rise marginally from 5.9 to 6.1. I don't know. I'm torn. I really don't know. What I think we all should have in mind, though, is that CPI year on year is calculated obviously from the previous year's levels. So as we had this huge jump from triggered by the Ukraine invasion, as we get towards, I know it's a few months away, but as we get towards February, March, when it all kicked off and things started going higher quite strongly, we have to remember CPI is going to drop by default because we had that huge jump. If it's going to be,
right.
We had 10, 9%, 8%. When we get there, we're going to be comparing to last year's prices, which is these ones that we're seeing in February, March, April, May, which are really elevated because of this situation. It's very difficult for CPI to keep increasing at this rate, for a year or 2 years. I think it's going to start dropping by definition, so I think it's going to start dropping towards 4 or 5%. Obviously governments are going to say, yes, it was us, central banks did everything they could to the rescue, but really it's inflation would have dropped on by itself anyway. So just something to keep in mind as we get to the beginning of the next year, obviously a few months away still. But for this week's print, what do I think? I don't know. With oil dropping, it's a close one. I don't know. I think it's probably going to be right around previous levels, maybe a smidge lower. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Okay.
I don't know what the other guys think.
I don't know his wisdom. Pretty weak rally in the NOK too, with the dollar bounce.
Yes. Right? Yes. In the 10. Oh, in the NOK. Yeah.
NOK, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to sell that, but not at these levels. So I've said before, if we get anywhere close to that trend line that you have up there, anywhere, anywhere near those previous highs, 1020, 1030, I think that would be that'll be a very nice short. And if that dollar spike that I think will happen, I think if that happens, then we're definitely going to see that, because the kroner is always outperforming both on the upside and the downside. So
well, then we need a hot CPI number.
We need the hot CPI.
That dollar spike.
Yes, don't we need oil. We need oil to keep dropping, because that's always negative for the kroner. Maybe, maybe.
Okay. Good morning, Blake. How are you?
Hey, good morning, gents. How's it going?
Hello.
Okay, it's three Musketeers.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Three Musketeers. It is. It's funny. And as we head into like the summer, the doldrums, everybody's like, everybody in our chat room is like, oh my gosh, it's so slow. And it is. This is actually the first day I've woken up and looked at the markets and said, I don't know what to do. And I've cleared out all of my dollar positions from last week. And I got up this morning and I'm like, okay, let's see if I can, search around for something to trade. And I'm not convinced about anything. I usually don't get in front of the computer and not have like some sort of idea.
It's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I think we're going to need some more guidance, in the markets from the CPI data that's coming out. That's obviously going to be a market mover this week. But it's like you get to a place where stocks have bounced so aggressively that you don't really want to chase it here in this market. But then again, it is a slow market, and you don't want to short a slow market. You don't want to sell a slow market. That's problematic. But you don't want to chase it up here. And then you start looking around at everything that's moving, and it's like, well,
look at this on the VIX, like.
Oh yeah, volatility is at massive support. This is the big triangle support.
Yeah, and this is the third drive on the 4 hour. There's 1, There's two. And on the third, look at the glaring divergence between these two readings. We gapped up today, even with the S&Ps up. So yeah, I'm not saying we can't retest this or even take it out, but it looks like it's starting to be accumulated.
So you know, I was gonna ask you guys. This is like kind of I wanted to just ask you and Stelios this: if we should get some risk off here. So let's say the S&P struggles as we get to 4,200. Here, let me take over the chart.
Go ahead.
I'll just, you know, give you guys some examples, and then I'd love to hear what everybody else has to say too in this idea. So this is the VIX, by the way. I was just pulling it up on my screen, Dale. This is what I've been looking at. You just, you know, nice channel, or excuse me, triangle. We're at pretty good support. You know, one of the way I'm looking at the S&P right now is the S&P is, you know, we're
rising
moving.
wedge.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a wedge. We're getting up to that 4,200. Like I said on the week ahead video, you know, we're still making lower highs. So, you know, as long as we stay below this 4,200, it's lower highs. And even if we did make a higher high, it's, you know, it's going to take us back up towards, you can see the 200-day moving average, and, you know, channel resistance is up here around the 4,300 level. But I want to ask you all this. And Stelios, I'd love to hear, you know, being that you're the birthday boy, and you have some really good ideas here as well. How would you trade a risk off move from here? So let's say the S&P dropped below 4,100 and we trade back towards 3,900. So I'm just, you know, using this, you know, ascending wedge. Let's say we break down and we move down towards support like this. How would you express your bearishness in stocks? How would you do it?
I would express it in crypto, probably, because they move a lot more, right? And look, they're outperforming massively today, up 4 or 5%. I think that's the easiest, for me at least. Would be the easiest and more straightforward way. If I had to go to stocks, so you're telling me that we are already turning? I mean, we already
we haven't turned yet. I mean, how would you do it? Well, you could do it in the S&P, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, but is there an index that you'd rather be on the short side, or is there anything in currencies that you'd like to do?
If I had to choose in equities, I'd probably go with the Nasdaq because risk off. Theoretically, it depends on the kind of risk off, but theoretically we could see yields going up as well, and we know Nasdaq is a lot more sensitive to rising yields. So maybe I'd choose that. Currency-wise, that's an interesting one.
Currency-wise, and this is where I'm starting to struggle. And Dale, I'd love to hear your thoughts here too. You know, typically in a risk-off environment, I would actually sell, you know, some emerging market currencies. I'd sell like Mexican peso. I'd sell some rand. You know, I would. That means I'm buying the dollar rand. I'm buying the dollar mex. I'd, you know, sell some Norway and buy some U.S. dollar Norwegian krona. I just don't know how. I don't know how bearish I am. You know, some of these. You know, I'm like at this point in time, like I want to sell the Aussie because that's what I would typically do in a risk-off scenario, but I'm bullish the Aussie down here. You know, and I know I said it in the week ahead video. I'm looking for like a big inverted head and shoulder pattern down here, and I love being long the Aussie down below 69 cents, 68 cents. I love to be long, but you know, if the S&P drops from like I said, from current levels down to 3,900, does the Aussie, you know, hit new trend lows? What do you think about that?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Because that's a hell of a move. I mean, you for the S&P, you know, you think about
you're talking what about 10%, 8%?
Let's say it's about a 10%. Well, you know what? Well, let's
42 to 39. Yeah, about 8%.
We can say, you know, there's a 7-8% move. Let's just
Yeah.
say we see that
Yeah.
big of a move in the S&P. You know, would the Aussie give us a 2-3% move maybe? I mean, I don't know. I'm sitting here trying to reconcile and say, this is the right trade because stocks. I actually think that stocks are going to roll over this week up here. I think that the inflation data is going to be stronger.
Okay.
I know most people are expecting. Actually, let me take that back. A lot of people are expecting inflation to actually weaken substantially this next month, or this week.
So everyone's looking for good news.
Everybody's looking for good news. Everybody's
Yeah.
looking for inflation to be, still, it's going to come down from, current levels. Like, look, I mean, expectations here are 6.1%, but, I still think it's going to be kind of lofty. I wouldn't be surprised if we came in, in line, if not slightly higher. What are your thoughts there, Stel?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right that expectations are indeed for a slight slowdown in inflation. If you wanna, I was thinking actually the cable as well. I like, if you're gonna short something, you might as well short something that's weak. And the cable is definitely has been weak over the past weeks, and oh, that rhymes, weak over the past weeks. I maintain the same opinion that I find it very hard to find reasons to be bullish the pound. The end.
Everybody I've talked to that's in the UK is so bearish the pound. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like,
the issue though is I speak to a lot of people and they're saying, a lot of people I speak to say, oh, but the pound has dropped so far. I mean, surely we're at the bottom now. Well, when you hear that, you're not. So I don't know.
it's going to be. I think I look at
Came off a nice fib extension there at 120.
We
Bounced.
did. But I think the biggest problem that I have with the sterling right now is that that they're going to be, you still got Brexit issues. You still have, you're going to have energy issues going into the fall. You got a central banker that's, I don't know what everybody's opinion about Bailey
Maybe the
is.
euro's the best short. It's been the weakest.
But
I think it's been weaker than.
Well, here's the flip side to that, Dale. You could look at the euro and say the same thing, but there's been a lot thrown at the euro, and it's not breaking down.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going lower. So
We're
we're
going
gonna
to see
have
what
to
it would
see-
do during risk off. If we get this sell off to 3,900, I think the key is not what sells off, but the degree that they do. And if the things that hold up well during an S&P correction, those are market tells that you have to be looking to get long if they're really holding up well
Yeah,
and not
I mean,
breaking with the market.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's kind of like what diverges away from the market. So
Yeah,
and that's what leads me to being more bullish. The commodity currencies, the emerging market currencies. I'm actually a Mexican peso bull, meaning that I think like the dollar mex is going to eventually we're going to break down and we're going to go back down into the teens. Like this is going to be and when this happens, this is going to be a massive move. This is my yearly moneymaker move is looking for a move like that in the dollar max, but it's not ready to do it right now.
that's with the weak dollar.
Yeah,
Or
that's
strong.
going to be with a weak dollar and a strong stock market.
Okay.
That's but it's not set up to do that now. Like I look at the stock market right at the current level, and I don't think the S&P is going from 4,200 to 4,700 today.
No, me either.
Right. So if I was in the camp that I thought the S&P would drop to or rally to 4,700, I would be shorting the hell out of the dollar max right now. I'm just not in that camp. I just don't feel that way about stocks. Excuse me. I have to cough really quick. But Stelios, what are your thoughts about the equity markets?
Good question. We've been talking about a rally up to 41 to 4,200 for a while. We're here. As I said before, with the last week's numbers, I thought that we would be lower. So for choice, I'm a seller, but I'm not getting ahead of this move at this time. If we get to 4,200, I'll see. But it will depend on the CPI as well. I think if we do get a strong CPI number, this is very, very difficult for the market to keep going. I mean, I don't see what the market will be pricing or will think to keep going higher in equities after a strong inflation number. Then again, a lot of people think this way, right? So this is a danger. The other thing I was looking at, if you want to have a look at that, it's the gold silver ratio. That's dropping quite a bit today, and it's actually on the. Sorry, let me.
Let me
Nope.
see. I think I have XAG, XAU. No,
Yeah,
no,
it's on the
XAU.
50 DMA. It's on the 50 DMA now, and it's also right at the previous highs. Well, a previous high from May of this year. So this is interesting. If we manage to drop below, I think that's going to be bearish, which means bullish for both metals. But anyway, it is interesting level here.
See that 3 drive up there still? Was talking about it up there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, maybe precious metals is the way to go.
Well, that's one way to express risk on, risk off, right?
Right. Another way would be for risk off is you could buy the Euro Aussie, or you can buy the pound Aussie. But like I look at I'm still playing this cipher pattern. I'm still long some Euro Aussie here. It's like my only position on the board currently. But at the same time, it's like, do I really want to sell Aussie dollars because or do I really want to buy euros? Maybe is the better question. I still think the Aussie looks pretty damn good. Down here, these are levels that I want to be long at. Anyway, it's going to be really tricky going into this week's data. And here's the other thing, and this is one thing I want to point out for traders, just generally speaking. There are times, and there has been times in my throughout the trading, my trading career, definitely, but I'm just talking from time to time, where there's not a lot of clarity. And when there's not a lot of clarity, it's okay to sit on the sidelines. I think a lot of people feel the need to constantly be trading, and I have the need to constantly be in the markets because I like to keep feelers out in the market. So it keeps me, fresh. Like I'm constantly a lot of times if I'm looking at the markets, I might just put in a small position of, like, let's say I'm very bearish the euro. I might just short some euro in my smallest size just to keep it on the board, so it keeps me watching price action. I do that a lot, but even like right now, like today, I got up in front of the computer and I'm looking around. I'm like, I just, not anything really makes a whole lot of sense to me right now, and it's okay because there will be clarity. Like Dale, think about like your career and how many times that you've taken a step back and said, man, the market just doesn't make any sense to me right now.
Yeah, and that lasts a few days.
It usually does, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to have some new information to really surface some ideas. And I think that's what we're going to have this week. You're going to have this week with the CPI data. It's going to come out. And you're going to go, okay, now that data is very strong or very weak or, whatever, now I know exactly how to act because I saw the market. I saw the market showed me its
Right.
colors. It showed me what it wanted to do because of that data. And that'll allow you to forge some new trading ideas. So it's okay to be in that camp, and it's okay to not feel really comfortable about the market because that fog will lift. I mean, what do you think about that, Stel?
Of course, this is it should be mandatory to be to when you're not understanding something. That's what I always do. You don't understand it, you don't touch it.
Yeah,
And it's okay to be out of the markets for a few days, of course.
It sure is. Yeah. So I just want to make sure I reinforce that to people because that's how I felt today when I got in front of the computer. I'm like, man, I'm not comfortable with anything. It's like I want to sell stocks, but do I? Because stocks are grinding higher. I mean, can we grind higher going into into the middle of the week, sure, until we hit CPI, and then CPI, the market's gonna move. Look, I'm gonna leave you guys with this because I know, Dale, you got an interview coming up. If you guys haven't been to tradersummit.net, this is our kind of place where we have people that congregate and contribute to, and you can see all of these new, these are all new articles every single day. Like from today, we have, Mark Chandler. Well, actually, this is the freshest one.
You have
today.
to
We had some
refresh the
over week.
page. You're
Oh,
still
okay.
showing. Yeah, refresh. We have new stuff from him.
Oh, here we
There
go.
you go.
Oh, some, there's Richard Matthews, Jason Sen, Tyler Wood. Lot of new things have been. Giles have been posted. This is just new, fresh stuff that comes out every day from different analysts. So make sure you're looking at the tradersummit.net website here, and I'm gonna go ahead and it's free for you guys. So this is to everyone. Just bookmark this page and look at it every morning. So it'll give you some fresh new ideas every day. And because I was actually just in the middle of reading, the Dog Days article from Mark Chandler just a moment ago, and before we started. But I had to do some other things for ForexAnalytix for our platform, so I didn't get to finish reading everything. This is usually how I get started with my day, is I just read a lot of these articles that are here. So check them out. And like I said, it's free for you. So Dale, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thank you, Blake. Stel.
Thanks, guys.
See, three drives to the top we were today. No, with us, 3 drives to the bottom.
And hey, speaking of which, we tomorrow we should, I think K-Man gets back from his holiday. I think we'll have him back tomorrow, and then this week Steve's out a little bit, and then Ryan's out, but next week we're gonna have our team back, so that'll be great.
Well, I'm away
I forgot
next
to
week.
tell you.
Oh, Celius, that's right. You are away next week.
Me too, man.
You are too?
I'm kidding you.
Damn, you're never gone.
I'm like Paulie.
You are always here. It's great to have you here, Dale, every day. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. So Raksha, I'm trying to promote you to panelists. Maybe Blake will give me a hand there.
You want me to try to do that?
I can help. Hold on.
Do you see that, Raksha, the notification to become a panelist? I've clicked it a few times. Okay, she's there now. No, she's not.
Oh, there she is. Good.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
And good hunting today, guys.
Hi,
Raksha.
good evening, Dale. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you. Welcome back.
Here.
Glad to have you back, Raksha. What's on your radar?
Very few. I'll just show you. I have very few things in my bag this time.
Yeah, it's kind of that kind of market.
I was traveling for last month, so I have very few things. Mostly, I was just concentrating on our Indian markets for the last month. As per the seasonality, what exactly happens in July is that July is a very bullish month for Nifty. So my entire focus was on Nifty for the last month. But still, I have few things in my bag right now. So
okay, well, open it up. There it is. Yeah, that means you have a few dollars in your bag.
yes.
You're looking for appreciation of your bankroll in dollars?
You remember that when we last met, I told you that the prices will be like touching 107 and 106 very soon.
Yeah.
And it has just given a very, very beautiful rejection here at the level of 109. And now back to my resistance level here of 106 to 107, this range. What I feel is now it's a very neutral market. As I was listening to all these gentlemen here, and they were saying that it's going to be a little bit of turbulence here right now in DXY. So as for any, if I talk about a trade point of view, I don't think so. There is any chances right now until and unless either we get a very clear confirmation of prices going down here. Like if the basic price action, if I say, the basic price action of just breaking this low, low as a support here, until unless this is not done with a confirmation, we are not either bearish for DXY, and until unless it doesn't closes above 107.45 precisely, if I say, we are not even bullish for it. So right now we are just hanging in a very narrow but a low no trade zone, if you can say.
Okay, what if we rallied? Where would you be? Would you be a seller? Is there a possibility of a failing rally here?
If it is failing the rally, which I think there is one more
New high? You think
yes.
more of a probability of
Yes,
taking
there
out
is
that high?
more of a
Okay,
probability of going to these two levels, at least like 110 to 109 back. I feel
yeah,
so.
okay.
Because right now, if I check Maya here, we are still bullish here. As soon as, until and unless the prices are trading above this red band here, I'll
Under
still
105 changes the picture for you?
under 105 will be bullish invalidation for sure.
Okay,
Under 105, we'll be looking more towards a bearish market, more towards a bearish sentiment
okay,
for dollar.
okay,
So
okay.
as this is also neutral, then the same goes around with gold here. This gold again is there was a buy call here just a few hours ago, a buy call from this support, and it has just given me the first target here of 1785 here. Now what I feel is, again, this gray band, the gray range here, you can see it's a very volatile range. So it is taking the support here. I'll go for another scalping of buy if it again just comes back and rejects this level on a lower time frame, at least like 30 minutes, not more than that. Then I'll go again for a scalping of buy, again for the level of 86, 88, and then ultimately for 94 back here, making a double top, a good, very beautiful double top here. Because if I
Okay,
check the
I think if it
RSI,
gets up there, we'll see 1820.
yeah, because if it is giving me a double top here, it's going to be, you can see a little bit of divergence already showing here now. So I feel
Yeah,
it's bad to predict that there will be a divergence, but still, if that double top is along with this divergence, we
there
can.
won't be a double top.
Sorry, what?
There won't be a double top. It may stall there, but if it gets up there, it's going to blow through that resistance level and go to 1820, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that I am just waiting for it right now, because already I have been in trade and I have exited. I will not be doing anything right now. I will just wait.
What would make you bearish? What would make you
This is not
bearish?
respecting my support here, as
Yeah.
right now, as we are seeing.
Okay,
it's
so
not respecting the support. So it's
what would
already
make you bearish now?
bearish between below this level
Yeah.
of 1779, bearish below this level. So when
Okay.
on a confirmation of this level here, I'll be shorting back for 73, a very short scalp, because
Okay.
this week is going to be not too much of a stable trade in, as per what I feel, for gold right now.
Okay. So if we get there, could we see some of your lower dots, maybe back to 17?
Yes.
50? Your lower dots would come in play? You have lower circles underneath the trend line. Okay, they're gone now.
I'm having a very, very bad internet because it's raining. It's raining like cats and dogs here. So please excuse if I get disconnected in between.
Oh, okay.
So as we were talking about the gold here, and it has already started rejecting, but still I'm not bearish until it just breaks down the level of 1779.
Okay.
I'm still bullish on it, and so is the US oil. But right now I'm not trading US oil. It is giving me a very good rejection of 2010 high price of 87.22 precisely, and it's trying to make a kind of a diamond pattern also here. So right now nothing, no trades for oil as far, but I feel it's going to go retest the level of 91 back again, but I'll be bullish only if it is breaking my resistance of 89.96. Then only I'm going to buy for anything stable trade, if you can say, a risk-free trade. Because my SL will be very, very near at around like 89.40.
Okay.
So that will be my trading strategy for oil for this week.
Bitcoin, the crypto is trying to break out to the upside. Do you have a view on Ethereum or Bitcoin?
Crypto, I
If you
frankly
don't,
am
that's
not
okay.
following
Okay.
that. I am not following crypto. As I said that I was more into my
The
Indian.
Nifty.
Yeah, I was more into that, but as this entire month, it was like it was giving a good trade setup for me.
Yeah.
And today itself, it just gave me the first target vision. And tomorrow, I feel that will going to be a gap up again, and then giving me another level of 17,650 around this place. I feel that this is going to be the next target tomorrow. So my entire focus right now is on Nifty and the local stocks here of NSE
Okay.
and these trades here.
Okay, so what is the does it have anything to do with the Fed, why the Nifty has been strong, or India's central bank, or what's going on there that is, you said seasonally it's usually strong this month?
Yeah, I was reading about the seasonality, like how it is affecting Indian markets. And a very interesting fact, it came in my eyes at that time when I was just researching about that around like 67 to 68% of chances are there that in July, the markets are bullish. So we should actually look for the bullish stocks, the stocks which are at support or stocks which are breaking the resistance. So we should be paying more attention to those stocks and paying more attention to the bullish setups here.
Okay.
And August, then back again, August is a market where it will be a little bit of turbulence. It will be bullish for some time, but then we can again see a pullback back in the second to third week of August then. So right now, as I said, the 17,600 was the target here, and I feel that from that we can see the rejection back in the market for some pullback or some correction back to it.
Okay. Anything else you want to share?
There is a chart which I was about to share with my subscriber here for D40, that it's bullish back. It's the entire market right now. I feel that it's bullish, and I have the target of 13,800, 880 around this price range. So I feel this is a bullish target here. Only little bit of immediate resistance you can say is this gap.
The gap.
Low. Yeah, this gap's low at like 13,730. So if there is no one, if they are still not in trade or they're looking for some new entry setup, they can wait for this breakout and the confirmation, and then they can go for a quick scalp of a few points back here in D40.
Okay, seeing these foreign markets and what I'm seeing in the S&Ps and VIX kind of says they all have one more little pop this week, and that might be it for before there's pullbacks. Is that what you're saying here?
Yes, I feel that there is a little bit of gap back again up. A rally, a push is still waiting for. Just like here, when I was just preparing this chart, the price was just hovering below this range. It has given a very beautiful breakout. It given a very precise rejection. Now, only thing which can stop this rally is this last week's high here, which is around like 4170.50. If this is broken, then it's entirely till at least 4180. It's bullish in S&P for sure.
Okay. All right.
So this is the only very small part which I have right now in my bag with you.
Okay. Well, you brought us, some gifts, and appreciate you being here. You want to show your website? A couple of people here in the room have asked for your name, and you could also find Raksha on Twitter at Raksha Sony. Is there a number after that?
I'll just show them. This
Rocks.
is RKZ_27.
Yes.
So
okay, and Raksha also has her own kind of what would you call it? What would you call Boomi?
Yes, Bhumi Maya is Bhumi Indicator is our in-house in-house product here. I'll
Okay,
show you the website here. This is very slow. So this is a
there's your-
website here. It's niftyanalysis.in. Now this is this website is again this is under updation. So you'll be seeing a new face of this website back again with the same ID, niftyanalysis.in. This is the same URL. And
okay.
we have all the information of how to contact us via email, via phone number. Everything is mentioned on this website.
What kind of people are you looking for? It says there you have jobs there up there on your website. Maybe there's
There
someone
are
there.
many, actually, there are many new traders, you can say. They want to just work under us to understand how the boom is working. So they are working as an interns here mostly.
I
So
see.
they come
Okay.
and they come and they learn and they trade all together. So we have such places, such designations for interns, which is
Okay.
actually right now full, because last month only I was just looking for one intern because there's one place was there, but a very intelligent lady has just applied for that, and I just gave her because she's a student of a master class also. So
Okay.
instantly she just filled in the place. So in jobs only right now we are just taking only for the interns because all the staffs are already there.
Okay.
That's it.
All
How
right.
are you, Dale? How is everything?
Good. Grateful.
Super.
Grateful. So grateful that you came by and had a few tricks in your bag to show us.
I'm really sorry, Dale. This connection is not letting me understand what you're saying. I'm really sorry for that. I really sincerely apologize to everyone here in this room.
Okay, well then hear me now. I'm grateful you came to share some ideas with us.
Thank you so much, Dale.
Yeah, and
it's always my pleasure, and I call it my second home always. So I love to come here. I love to share things here. When I listen to all these wonderful minds here when they are talking about with their so beautiful charts, it's like always I'm learning something or other thing from whenever I just come here.
What good is anything until it's shared with another?
Sorry?
What good is anything until it is shared with another?
Dale, I'm sorry. I
Oh, that's too bad because it was a beautiful expression. Anyway, so I'll catch you on Twitter, Raksha. Thanks for being with us today. Good hunting. Say hello to your family for me, and always rooting for you and everyone your words touch. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dale. And again, I apologize to everyone here because I'm having a very bad reception here today.
Yeah, you have to upgrade from Dixie cups and strain.
I think I have to, but because it's raining insane here. It's raining. It's like very soon I have to buy a boat instead of a car here. It's raining very bad here.
Vanu wants your website address one more time.
So
there it is.
Yeah, it's niftyanalysis.in. We have every information here on contact, on about. We have all the information how to reach out to us. This is the number, this is the email. We have everything here.
There's Karthik. What a team.
Here's Karthik, is the founder of this company, is this Bhumi Indicator.
Okay. Well, Raksha, thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Dale, for always remembering me.
We spend more time thanking each other than talking about markets. Anyway, all right. I love you, Raksha. Take it easy.
Same here.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.
Okay, so that's a wrap, everyone. And in 25 minutes, you could join the team on the Morning Edge. And we'll see everyone for Turnaround Tuesday. You're welcome, Alexander, Ingmar. You guys are so easy to please. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you guys and ladies and Raksha.